Hello and welcome back to Hardworking Man. Today we're talking CS501P. It's an Echo chainsaw 50cc and it comes with a 325 chain and sprocket setup. Once you get these ported, I think they can run a 3/8, so that's what we're gonna try today. But I looked to see what you can put on these as a 3/8 setup. So we're gonna see if it works. I bought a Sugihara 3/8 Husqvarna small mount bar we're gonna put on here. But before we do, I got a sharp 325 chain on here, 18-inch bar. I'm gonna get a cookie cut off this locust without putting a bunch of pressure on it. Then I'm gonna cut. The reason I think you can go to 3/8 because if you really get on this saw, and I still could lean it out a little bit, it still just goes. So I think it can pull a 3/8 easy once it's ported, and that's what we're gonna find out today. If it can be done, how easy it is, and if it's worth doing. So here I'm gonna do a time cut. I'm gonna go down, up, down, and then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna really dog it in to see if I can stall this thing out, because it's got a lot of power for that 325. Then we're gonna try to get that 3/8 on there and see what it does. We'll make a slight adjustment for me completely missing the log. I'm not a pro chainsaw guy, just one of you out here seeing what I can do. Now I'm gonna really dog it in and see if we can get this thing to bog down. I mean, you can see, you can really lean on this thing and it still eats. So that's why I think I can step up to that 3/8 chain. Let's go see if we really can. All right, so here's what we're throwing on it. I got it off Saw Supplier. It's a Sugihara bar, 18-inch, 68 drivers, which I already have a chain for because I bought the wrong one the other day. 3/8 pitch in an 050. It's the Husqvarna small mount bar, like I mentioned. We're gonna match it up and see how it fits. And then I've got a small mount, I believe, is what I need. That is what it is, but I believe that's what I need. It's an Oregon sprocket, 3/8 7-pin. So hopefully that fits. And then I've got this Oregon square grind semi-skip chain. It's 3/8 drive, 050, 68 drivers we're gonna put on there and see how it does. Now, from what I've read online, these small mount Husqvarna bars fit on the Echo 501P, but I think you might have to, I guess, widen out the holes here. And the oiler, I'm not sure. We got to check on that. So I'm gonna get the Oregon bar off, which is for the 501, and see how it matches up, get the Dremel, make a few slight modifications, and see if we can do this on camera. So you guys will know what I couldn't find out. I found posts saying people did it, but I didn't find anything of anyone showing how they did it. Now, one thing I find unique is these are both 18-inch bars, and as you can see, the Sugihara is quite a bit longer than the Oregon VersaCut. I believe that must be because of the mounting, because as you can see, this mount goes back further. But if you put it to the end here, that's pretty close. I've got to grind that out just a little bit so it'll go on the Echo saw, and the oiling port actually looks like the oiling port's gonna be fine. So I believe all I have to do is knock these holes down or up here just a little bit and there just a little bit. So I'm gonna go get my Dremel and do that and see how it'll fit. All right, so I am going to overlay this bar on here and then
See if I can take a Sharpie and mark what I need to take off.
All right, guys, wish me luck. It's an $80 Sugihara bar that I'm about to take a Dremel to. Well, let's see if I just ruined this thing or if I just made my saw awesomer. All right, so the only bar I've ever changed a rim sprocket on was the 7310P so far, and that just has an E-clip here that you pop off. This has a nut. Now, luckily, I watched a video the other day that showed me how to do this. One, the reverse thread, and two, you take the spark plug out and put paracord in there so that it stops it from rolling over, so you can get that nut loose, take it off, switch the sprocket out, and then we'll be ready to try that 3/8 bar. So let me do that real quick. I went to the garage and grabbed the impact. Now this is reverse thread, so righty-loosey. And I put it on here and I just tapped it, and it actually took this loose. But if it just turns your engine over, if it won't bust loose, you take the spark plug out and you can feed paracord in there. But make sure you keep it out so you can retrieve it, and that'll stop the cylinder from being able to compress enough without doing any damage, so you can get it out. Now I already had my spark plug loose, which I want to show you. Your spark plug tells you something. See how it's sort of, I guess, tannish with a little black? That means it's running pretty decent. If it's all black, you're too rich. You need to lean your saw out. If it's white and hot, you're a little bit too lean and you could blow your saw up. You got to make it a little richer or a little fatter. This one, I think I could lean a little bit more. Guys that know, and you just saw that plug, what do you think? I hear it four-stroking a little, but with this 3/8 drive, maybe it won't. So plug back in. Let's see if I bought the right rim sprocket. So you pull this off, your spacer there. This is the 325 rim sprocket that came stock on the chain, and we are switching to this, the 3/8. Now you can see it's going to be more chain speed because it's a bigger sprocket, even though they're both 7-pin. That could also maybe be why that bar is a little different length, I don't know. But I think this saw is going to have enough power to pull that. That is the right one, the small 7 spline for this saw, not the large like the 7310P takes. So now we're going to put this on, reverse, lefty-tighty. And then we are going to see if I made an expensive mistake or not. So now we need to see if this will get into there. That's the technical term for if the chain tensioner will fit if I ground it. Oh yeah. Look at that. I think we're in business, guys. As long as it oils, if I can get this nut to go back on. There we go. All right, so that, I mean, seemed pretty easy, almost too easy. Let's start this up, see if it oils, and then see how it cuts. I did forget to grease the tip of this new bar though, so I'm gonna do that, then go see how it cuts. And I should have done that before I ran it, but at least I thought to do it before I started cutting with it. Oh yeah, like butter. Ah, tried to go backwards. That was dumb. Oh yeah, we got good oil. It ran good. I think this is gonna work. So the question is, can she pull it? Can the ported 501 pull that 3/8 chain? We're about to find out together. I think the answer is going to be yes. I mean, I was pushing pretty good there. That's a smaller locust. This isn't massive, but you ain't going to be hitting 30-inch rounds with this thing. Let's see what she's got. Now that was with me pressing and pulling pretty good. Now I'm gonna put the dogs in and see if it's got the pull power, and then I'm gonna let one just eat on its own. I haven't touched this chain, I haven't touched the rakers, nothing. I didn't clear out my workspace, I was cutting my own cookie. I did, that's why it jumped. I saw it though, I was ready for it. Yeah, I don't have a very good test area. I'm just working on a locust pile. Let me just let it eat. I'm just gonna let it pull through and see how it does without putting pressure. Stroke in there or hitting the stroke limiter, but it's definitely doing something. Maybe hitting the stroke limiter, but I'm gonna try to dog it through. I'll start lower. This thing can definitely pull 3/8. 3/8 chain, 501P, yes sir. I'll tell you what, if there was any question if you could throw a 3/8 chain on a 501P that's been ported, this one by Dino Joe, there's a lot of good porters out there. There's a lot of not so good porters out there. So if you got a 501P, you want a light saw that can do work. I mean, this Echo 501P ported, 3/8 chain, get the Husqvarna small mount bar. I'll have links to all these items that I use for this conversion from Saw Supplier. Great company to support. 10% off chainsaws, blowers, weed whips with HWM10, the code. But I mean, 3/8 conversion. You saw it, I did it in a couple minutes. No experience. I didn't even know that it had a nut instead of an E-clip to change the rim sprocket. So, I mean, hardworking man, it's as real as it gets. This saw is awesome. If you want to see more ported saws, $395 Husqvarna. I got the 7310 Echo. I got a 7900 Makita, 25cc. I mean, I'm into testing everything, and that's a big win right there. You're going to see the Sugihara 3/8 bar on this 501P probably for the rest of my life. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.